Mariah.
Hold on a second.
What are you? Are you on the phone?
All right, I gotta go. All right.
Who are you talking to?
I was just talking to Marianne.
We have work to do.
Okay.
Sing.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay.
sing. You
Okay.
have to sing.
Okay.
We got to make that record. We're under deadline. Okay, so we have the interview at 9. We have a meeting at 10. We have the... What are you doing?
I'm just having some popcorn.
Popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
Mariah, you can't eat that. You have to be on stage in less than a day.
I'm sorry, okay.
Popcorn?
I mean, it was just popcorn.
Just popcorn.
Oh, okay, all right.
I am Tommy Mottola. I know what I'm doing. I can make you a star if you let me.
I know you do, Tommy, I know.
Let's go. Right. What are you doing? Are you breathing?
Well, yeah.
Did I say you could breathe? Stop breathing, stop talking, stop eating, and sing. Work. Make me my millions. Ugh.
I'm breaking character. This feels kind of depressing, Joe. Poor Mariah.
I know.
I think we're dramatizing it, but like, ouch. Okay, let's do some fun parts then.
Mariah, I love you! Mariah! Can you sign this for me?
Oh my gosh.
Can I get a picture? Oh my God, Mariah! Mariah!
I love you.
Mariah, I love
Thank you.
Mariah, I love
my
you!
goodness. Yes,
Can you
me
sign
too.
this for me?
Me too.
Can I get a picture? Oh my God, Mariah! Mariah!
This just means the world to
Mariah, I love
me.
you! Yeah! Mariah, I love you! Can you sign this for me? Oh my God, Mariah! Oh my God, Mariah! Mariah, I love you! Mariah, I love you! I love you!
Let's go get some fries. I'm hungry. I could really use some fries.
Oh, I know a place we can go, girl. Let's go get some fries or maybe a milkshake.
I could go for a milkshake. Let's go get it.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're gonna be quick. Let's go.
All right.
He keeps calling me.
Girl, why does he keep calling you for?
Oh, yeah, he just wants me to be singing. But I want my fries. Let's go.
Can't we just have any fun without him for like a few minutes?
We're gonna be quick. We'll go get that fry. Oh, here he is again.
Oh my God.
Can you believe it?
This dude. Is this what you go through all the time?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? Are you kidding
I
me?
mean, like, you know, he wants me to be back and be singing.
All the time. You can't ever get a break.
No breaks for me.
Girl, I don't know.
Those fries were so yummy.
They were great, right, girl?
Yeah, worth the trip.
Yup. Mariah. Oh. Where have you been? What? Security is looking all over for you. You're not supposed to be off ground. You're supposed to be working. We have this remix to complete. This is unacceptable. You know the rules, Mariah. Talk to you like that?
Well, let's just go sing. Come on.
No, you are Mariah Carey. You can't deal with this. Yo, Tommy, I'm gonna tell you a thing or two, Tom.
Feels icky again, Joe. Let's give Mariah a hug.
Oh my God, I'm hugging Mariah, guys.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Joe.
And
we're Book Buds.
Today, Joe's going to tell me about this amazing book that he adores, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, by Mariah Carey.
So it's finally here, guys. She has kept her private life to herself for 30 years, her entire time in the music industry, and she is finally letting us in and giving us the details. She's alluded to some things in her songs over the years, and real fans will know, but now we get the details. We get the meaning behind the songs, which is so important for us fans. So first and foremost, Mariah is a writer. So she's been writing songs and poems since she was 5. So it's not surprising that this book is so well written. It's poetic. It's just beautifully written. It feels like an extension of like one of her songs. That's how it feels.
It's like her music in writing.
It's like her music in writing.
Yeah.
I love having her by my side. Okay, so the best way to experience this is with the audiobook. So I listened to this on Audible, and it's so special because it's Mariah speaking.
That's amazing.
Thank goodness she's the one who did it. And so she's letting us in on it, how it's meant to be heard, right? So when it's emotional, she gets emotional. When it's exciting, like she just puts all the inflections in her voice, and she sings throughout it. So she references all the songs, all the deep album cuts that not a lot of people know.
That's amazing that she's singing in the audiobook. I can't imagine experiencing it that way. It must be really special.
It was an experience. Like that's how it was. It wasn't just listening or reading, it was an experience. And I read along as I listened. So so throughout the audio, she references all these songs, and we finally get the connections of the songs. So we know who The Roof is about. we know why Outside is so special to her. We learn about the relationship with her father and realize everything that she says in Sunflowers for Alfred Roy, okay? And my favorite song, Close My Eyes, we finally get the story behind it. It took her 4 years to write it. And just as a fan growing up loving that song, to hear what inspired her to write it, do I have to go on? It's an experience. Okay, so the meaning of Mariah Carey. I've renamed it. I just like it, the meaning of Mariah, because I don't need the other part. She's a household name. We just need Mariah. I don't need Mariah Carey.
We know who we're talking about.
So to me, the meaning of Mariah is strength, determination, faith, perseverance, not letting people bring you down, never giving up on your dreams, and that is basically what this story is about. So you really feel for her when you read this book and when you read her story. Just all the trauma that she went through, all the racism, all the family dividedness and troubles within her household. I mean, to come out of it on the other side and make something of yourself and to be so driven that you just don't give up, it's amazing. I mean, she turned around and she became one of the most successful female artists. She sold over 250 million albums. She has 19 number ones, which is better than Elvis, almost at the Beatles. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, guys.
Oh, she will.
We're gonna make it. So it's just, I still can't believe it. It's amazing to see her trajectory and her path and her journey through life, and it's inspiring, and she's always inspired me. Now, I'm a huge Mariah fan. Anybody who knows me, and I'm sure there's people out there snickering at this, but everybody who knows me knows that I love Mariah. She's been a huge inspiration to me. Now, growing up, I had some tough times for a few different reasons, and I always credit two people with the fact that I'm still here today. And one is, of course, my mother. Thanks, Mom. Like, without my mom, I wouldn't be here. Like, she was everything in my life. And the other person is Mariah.
Wow.
Mariah's songs. There are songs that were not singles, that only the fans know, and that really helped me through life.
Can you give me an example, like, of something that was particularly meaningful? I'm intrigued.
Of course I can. So one song that is very special to me is Close My Eyes. It was on Butterfly, and everybody Google it. Go listen to the studio version, but I am going to read some lyrics quickly, just so you get a sense of her writing style. I was a wayward child with the weight of the world that I held deep inside. Life was a winding road, and I learned many things little ones shouldn't know. Funny how one can learn to grow numb to the madness and block it away. I left the worst unsaid, let it all dissipate, and I tried to forget. As I closed my eyes, steadied my feet on the ground, raised my head to the sky, and though time rolled by, still I feel like a child as I look at the moon. Maybe I grew up a little too soon. It's very powerful to me.
Absolutely, and I imagine so many people can identify with the pain in that, but maybe some people haven't been able to overcome in the way that she has and that she writes about there, and that's a beautiful thing.
And one more song that's very important to me is Can't Take That Away. It's also called Mariah's Theme, and it's from her Rainbow album. Now this one's more of like it's not angry, but it's more of like if I have an FU moment where I need to go back. They can say anything they want to say, try to bring me down, but I won't face the ground. I will rise steadily, sailing out of their reach. Although they do try, how to make me feel that I don't matter at all. But I refuse to falter in what I believe or lose faith in my dreams, because there's a light in me that shines brightly.
I will not be shut down, basically, right?
Yes, so some of her songs are like prayers for me. Like, I go back to them and I read them, I listen to them, and they help center me and help ground me and help me through whatever it is that I'm going through at the time.
That's awesome.
Okay, so she tells this story in 4 parts. Part 1 is called Wayward Child. It centers around her relationship with her family members, specifically when she was younger. And they had a tumultuous household, lots of trauma, lots of drama, and just a lot of danger. She went through a lot. Her father is black and Venezuelan, and her mother is Irish. So a multiracial couple was not accepted during those times. So the family experienced a lot of racism, like the neighbors poisoned their dog. Like it was just very traumatic. And from a young age, you know, she internalized all that and held on to that, unfortunately, which comes out in her songs. And you know, she never felt like she fit in. She never felt like she belonged. The white kids didn't like her because they didn't know what she was. The black kids thought that she was passing for white, you know, so that there was nowhere for her to be. And so that definitely had a lasting impact. So we learned about her relationship with her sister, which is something that we have never heard her talk about before. Her sister is very troubled, and when Mariah was 12, Mariah trusted her, and she put her in a lot of danger. Lots of bad stuff was happening, and they're estranged now, and it's pretty sad to read about. And also, one thing that was bothersome was that her relationship with her mother is not great. And her mother's been visible to the fans over the years. They recorded a song together. She was on Oprah with her once. She's an opera singer. So to learn that her mother and her have a rocky relationship, it was like, oh, Mariah, I love Pat. You know, but everybody has their things.
Yeah.
The chapters I loved most during part 1 were the ones with her and her father and exploring their relationship. And the one where her father passes away is so emotional. So emotional.
I feel bad I haven't read this yet.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be a fan to read it. I mean, you could disconnect it and just read it as a standalone, and it might explain some things. You know, it's a good read. Okay, so part 2 is called Sing Sing, and it goes into her relationship with Tommy Mottola, who was in charge of Sony Music, and their marriage. So they got married in like '93, and they moved to a big mansion in, I think, Bedford Hills in Westchester, and it was not far from the maximum security prison Sing Sing. So Mariah dubbed their house Sing Sing because Tommy just pretty much locked her up in the house, didn't let her talk to anybody, and expected her to sing and sing.
Yeah.
This is how she explains it. So it's Sing Sing. That's pretty funny.
Sounds pretty awful, though.
Yeah. So he was controlling, he was abusive, and then when they divorced, he tried to ruin her career. It was just all this drama. It's crazy. Tommy needs to relax.
For real.
I do give Mariah respect because she never really drags him through the mud when she's speaking about him. She's a woman of faith, so that's another reason why I love Mariah. She's very spiritual, and she puts a lot of spirituality and religion in her songs, and that I connect with. So she told the story in the book. 3 albums in, she was doing a concert in upstate New York, and she knew that she had success like on the charts, and of course she was selling lots of albums. But Tommy just kept her sequestered away, so she didn't really know that she was that famous yet. So when they arrive in the limo, and like she sees like just millions of people everywhere and like a lot of cops, she's like, what's going on? And like they said, like, everybody's here for you. And she was just like shocked that that crowd showed up for her. And at that moment, she said that she experienced unconditional love for the first time, and it like changed her whole life and created this special bond with her fans that is just very special to her.
Sounds powerful.
And that is the night that she, after the concert, went to her hotel room and started penning Close My Eyes, which was my favorite song that we heard from before. And then it took 4 years to complete, and that's just so cool, that the connection of that. Okay, so part 3 is entitled All That Glitters. So now this covers the Glitter movie, the Glitter soundtrack, her emotional breakdown, her hospitalization. So as a fan, and you're following her career, and then all of a sudden you hear that she had a nervous breakdown and she's in the hospital. You're just like, what? You're like, what is going on? Some celebrities at some point would do an interview, do a magazine article to make a few bucks and tell the story. She has never spoken about this in this detail. So I really respect her for keeping her private life private. But we learn about what happens that day in this book. And again, for someone who's following her career for all these years, it's like mind-blowing to actually read step by step. She takes us through what happened and how she landed in the hospital. And her family did not help her, really. They were kind of instrumental in that.
So it really took a lot of strength for her to put that all in a book for her fans to read.
Like, she's really opening up and telling all. And she said it was very cathartic, absolutely, as we can imagine. So part 4 is called Emancipation, and that refers to her huge comeback album of 2005, The Emancipation of Mimi, which gave her 2 more #1 singles, and she sold millions of records again, and everybody was just like, oh, you are great, you are talented. What's wrong with me? How did I write you off for 5 years?
Aw.
So she was back on top, and this is kind of like the happy ending. It covers her marriage to Nick, and her baby's being born, and she has some fun moments with celebrities that she kind of gives us some inside scoop to.
Sounds like a good way to wrap up the book.
Yeah.
On a high note.
On a high note. Love it.
I'm so glad, Joe, that you're so passionate about Mariah, because we had a lot of fun doing scenes today, and I learned about her love of butterflies. Pretty awesome. So we hope you enjoyed our discussion today. If you love Mariah, we want to hear about it in the comments, because we know a lot of you folks out there love Mariah. If you have friends that want to check out a 1-minute spoiler-free review, we've got that linked in the description below as well.
So if you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel, Book Buds! Mariah, I love you!
God, I love
Can you sign this for me?
Mariah!
Can I get a picture?
Oh
my God, Mariah!
Biggest fan!
Mariah!
Biggest fan!
Mariah, I love you!
Mariah!
Mariah!
We love you, Mariah!
Mariah!
Oh my God, that guy.
Where?